Black Metal Hails, all Rauta viewers. Today's video is a little bit weird, or at least atypical for the channel, because I'm not obviously doing a album review, nor this is kind of a normal plain opinion video. I'm here to talk about my own band and own album. Yes, I know it sounds weird, I probably shouldn't do it because I'm too biased and whatnot, but also because people ask me to kind of tell you about my band, the album that is now out, and all that stuff. To keep long story short, well, Annihilatus was founded in 1999. We released our first demo on the verge of a millennium, that is around 99, 2000, around New Year's Eve basically. Then after a while we did also a 10-inch EP, followed by first full-length album called Blood and War. Now, soon after that, around 2003, basically we went on a long hiatus. We never kind of split up or anything, but something just happened. Maybe life got on our way, and so nothing basically happened until 2016. We basically carried the troops, so to speak. Me and the drummer, the originators of the band, started doing new songs, and that's when this album comes in question called Death from Above. This actually originated in 1940s propaganda poster from German side, just clearly made nice for us with different colors and different details, such as Annihilatus, bullet symbol, and some other changes. The thing is, this is mostly composed of songs of 2016, 2017, and this was basically recorded in various parts, guitars and stuff. Also got a third member as a bassist. One of my friends, never played in a band, but joined to do that for us. And well, now we are already making new material. So this is kind of like in Kill Your Darling's face. And those who don't know what that means like we moved so much past. Now, if there are haters just who are gonna hate the band because I play in it, you know, guitars, vocals, lyrics, and all that stuff, and or because I have been mean to some other bands because of my reviews, opinions, well, too bad, but I don't care that much. I mean, I'm not the type who claims that 100% of the time I'm just doing music for myself. Obviously, this wouldn't be released if that was the case, but to be honest, with being kind of a YouTube guy, being kind of a long-time review guy, and already being before this in other bands, I learned my lesson that you have to have a kind of a thick skin if you are a artist of any sort. It doesn't matter if you're vocalist, guitar player, you know, synth dude, dudette, whatever. You just have to be prepared that some people are gonna hate your art or whatever you want to call it. And as such, I mean, of course I enjoy if people are into checking out the band, if they like it. Of course it makes me kind of happy and all that stuff. But it doesn't matter because we're not in for the money, we're not in for the fame, we're not in for, I don't know, doing gigs. To be honest, we have done only one gig, and that was like 2001 or so. And to be honest, I'm not sure if we're ever gonna play again. There has been some talk, but I wouldn't make any promise about that. So it's not like these haters or hating comments or whatever, it's not like they're gonna make a change here. The thing is, we just do what we do. And to me, it's kind of creating this barbaric, quite simple black metal, raw, sort of primitive, but not quite Iliar style. It's not like we want to be progressive, and it's not like I'm a good guitar player. I really am. I'm not. I mean, I'm probably the worst guitar player in Finland to ever create a black metal album, or one of the worst anyway. And this is not to just, you know, slander myself. I'm just stating facts here. But with this story out there, now I'm just going to show you a little bit of this album and tell you a little bit how it was done. First of all, let's do a little bit of unboxing. All these different parts have stories to tell. As you can see, if you can, by reflection and all that stuff, there's basically the cover image, just again very dark here. And this logo, bullet logo symbol, was created by a friend of mine who also did the original logo of the band, here, Jay Partanen. And he created this bullet symbol on my request. Now on the back side we have a track list which is divided to Death and Darkness. Why? Because we started to create this album vinyl version in our minds, which is coming later on, but no exactly yet. Released by Bestial Burst, and the LP version is going to be joint operation by Final Agony and Bestial Burst. So this is the reason why this is divided into death and darkness. Now, there are many lyrics which obviously deal with war and destruction. They're kind of cynical, they are very nihilistic in a way, but also they are dealing with anti-religion, even anti-occult, anti-magic, very questioning type of lyrics, very nihilistic in a way, but it's not like we are a nihilistic band all the way through. Obviously, it depends how you perceive this school of philosophy. Now, this bomber plane creation was done by Mikko. And this was kind of based on my idea, but I'm not a drawer. So it's kind of a peace symbol, if you can figure out, which is nuclear disarmament in a kind of a design to be mirrored. Inspired by great director behind movies such as Apocalypse Now and Conan the Barbarian. He had a similar idea back in the, I think, 70s, like a button in his cap hat or something, but we wanted to add some bombs. It's kind of underlined the message here, the death from above, which is, by the way, having double meaning. It's also death from above, given that some people think that God is right there. You know, see, probably seen some athletes going like, oh, blah blah, pointing the fingers out there because God is supposed to be there. So it's figuratively speaking, you know, God's real. People will die, bombs will go on, and if people and something terrible in general happens, you can always say, hey, God works in a mysterious way. I am no believer in God or any creatures of that sort, but it's kind of a mocking also that stuff. One might say it's a kind of a hidden layer of blasphemy, but it's also pointing the kind of planes or drones that do that. They just deliver death from above, literally speaking. So double meaning, which is something that I enjoy a lot, playing with words and all that stuff. Now here is the booklet. Once again, bullet logo, and then we have lyrics here, like once again, death and darkness. I'm not gonna fully go through them. You can pretty much pause if you need to read any given page. There's also information box, which is thanking the people involved. And once again, these are the lyrics if you need to pause and figure out what we're talking about. I will try to upload them on our Bandcamp page at some point when I have more free time available, but for the time being you can pretty much figure out them here. So lyrics are what they are. Some of them are really blunt and to the point. They are not meant to be deep metaphoric stuff, because I kind of like what I've always done with Annihilatus is that I want to go straight to the point. I want to say that I hate religions, I hate people doing that stuff and whatever, and as such I don't want to go deep into the metaphors. I mean, I love wordplays, I love complex, you know, texts and, you know, ideas and designs that you have kind of like multifaceted things, but with this case I kind of want to go very simple so that even people who are not fluent in English or non-native like me, they can understand. It's not like, hey, does that mean this or that? Some bands actually get a lot of enjoyment being very complex and hard to understand. Like, we let the audience figure out what it means. And it might not even mean a thing. It might be just fancy words right there, because not every band member is a kind of a poet. I'm not claiming to be one. I do my living with, you know, playing with words here in Rauta, but as well as my day job and other writing projects. But the thing is, with this, I want to keep it simple. Like I said, straight to the point. It's like some kind of these kind of tattoo ideas. They are there to deliver a message, not a metaphor, complex puzzle, and like, let that sink in and maybe in 10 years you will figure it out. There are other bands that want to do that, and there are writers who want to do that. We are just simple guys. Like I said, barbaric band with a barbaric message. We are here to criticize, to question, to mock, to blaspheme, and to say of things which I personally feel like saying out loud. And given that black metal is kind of a tight context, tight box, you cannot go much far before somebody comes and says, hey, this is not black metal anymore. You're not a satanic band, you're not a black metal band. Well, I can say Annihilatus is not a black metal in terms of being satanic. I have no problems admitting that. I don't care how we're labeled. At least with the, you know, the first album, Blood and War, we used the term destruction metal, kind of to stand out from the war metal, but also to kind of a point that we are not your typical satanic black metal. It was kind of like just couple of words there to just kind of label us. But destruction metal is not a kind of genre. You don't define anything like that. So if I had to pick like more better description, I would say this is war metal band. We are about war and these topics of destruction and religion and all that stuff. Not so much satanic stuff. So if you wanna define, that would be okay, but then again, it's up to you. If you hate the band, that's totally fine. If you love the band, that is fine as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to our Bandcamp page and listen to those samples. Most likely, most of you are not gonna like it, but some might. Some might even buy the album or whatever. I don't know, but that is your to decide. I am not here to do a sales pitch, just to tell you what is going on with my band life, how I reflect things in music and all that stuff. Now, you might have some questions, you might have some opinions, you might have some random comments like a stupid smiley or whatever. Do them on the comment box below and I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching. See you soon.